Good morning, everybody. This is Mrs. Sprouse coming to you live from my living room. I decided to do this video presentation for you so that I could kind of let you know where we're going this week in the next few weeks actually in our class. As you know, I was out sick yesterday and I'm out again today. I'm dealing with a double ear infection, but I am getting better, so I hope to be with you all tomorrow. All right, so you may not have realized it, but yesterday while you were doing your vocabulary, that was actually our beginning into our brand new unit. Those words do not have anything to do with Romeo and Juliet, but they are going to be words that we're going to be looking at and using in our new unit, which is called Journeys of Transformation. Transformation is when you change, right? So we're going to be reading texts about taking journeys in which a person goes through changes or transformations. Okay, it doesn't mean physically they change from one thing like a tadpole to a frog, but transformation of their thought process and maturing and growing. Right, so as with Romeo and Juliet, we have essential questions with this unit as well, and our main essential question is, what can we learn from a journey? And in order to really answer that question, we have to look at another question. So a sub-essential question is, how do personal strengths and weaknesses shape a person's journey? Okay, so these are the questions that we're going to be coming back to as we explore the different texts in our unit. All right, so some of the texts we are going to be looking at in this unit as a whole class, first of all, we're going to be listening to an introductory video today, and we're going to learn a little bit about Misty Copeland, who is a famous ballerina. Then today you're going to be reading a short explanatory text, so that's kind of to launch us or get us into this unit, and you're going to be reading that on your own, and it's pretty short. Then once I come back, hopefully, you guys are going to be looking at historical context, so informational texts, and these are going to give us some background on ancient Greece and what life was like then, because that is the time period in which our anchor text, which is the epic poem The Odyssey by Homer, was written. So we want to have some background knowledge about ancient Greece and the gods and goddesses that they worshipped, because those characters come into play in the epic poem. So as you can see, the epic poem The Odyssey is going to be our main text in this unit. It's a wonderful story, and it's one of my favorites. I'm really excited to be able to share that with you. Now we're going to be reading this in different parts, just like Romeo and Juliet was different acts. The Odyssey has been broken up for you in the text in different parts. And so one of the parts we're going to be reading, we're going to be looking at it as a graphic novel. Okay? Now the character over there in the picture on the right is the Greek god Poseidon, and he is the god of the ocean, and he plays a central part in the epic poem The Odyssey. So I thought it'd be cool to have you see him right there. All right, so what I would like you to do is to go ahead and get out your writer's composition books. You will need your writer's composition book as well as your textbook today. So if you don't have your textbook yet, why don't you go ahead and pause this video, get your textbook, or have somebody in your group go ahead and get those for everybody, and then get out your writer's composition book. We'll be using this today. All right, so pause this and come right back. Okay, so hopefully you just restarted me here now that you have your writer's composition book. So we're going to be doing a quick write in just a moment, and it's going to be obviously talking about a journey. So we all know that people can travel to new places, right? They can travel to places physically by walking, by train, by bus, by car. You could take an airplane or a boat and travel to different places across land and across ocean and sky. Well, we can also travel to new places in our own minds or in our own understanding of the world. Okay, so what I would like you to do is to quick write, think about this prompt first and start to figure out what it's talking about and come to a place of understanding. And then I want you to spend like 5 minutes writing. And here's your prompt, your question. What might prompt someone to take a journey of the mind? So what might somebody deal with, or what might come up in someone's life that might kind of prompt them to go for a journey in their own mind? Okay, now what that means is going on a journey of our understanding, like gaining some new understanding. Okay, so what could prompt someone to take that journey in their own mind? So go ahead and pause the presentation right now. Pause me. Think about that. Write down your thoughts. And once everybody is kind of done, like in about 5 minutes, I want you to share what you wrote with the people at your table in your group and let them share with you. Okay, so pause me, do the quick write, discuss the quick write, and then come back. All right, so now that you guys have done that, I hope you talked about your thoughts there. That prompt could be a little confusing to think about what might get someone to take this journey in the mind. Maybe you're still not sure what that means, but hopefully you were able to do something with that prompt and share with others and get a little bit of deeper understanding about what that means. Okay, now for me, taking a journey in my mind, if I think about my own life, when my son told me that he was gay, okay, it really made me have to rethink my understanding of what that meant and my own beliefs concerning homosexuality and what I really thought about it. And I really had to go on a literal journey in my own mind to try to figure this out for myself and come to a place of understanding about homosexuality and about what it means to be gay and what it means to have a child who is living in that lifestyle, right? And so that really took some time for me to explore those ideas on my own. And so that's, for me, one way that I took a journey in my own mind, right? Is when you you come up against something that you've never really thought of before, right? You've never dealt with a situation before. You've never really been in a situation before, and you have to kind of figure out, okay, now what do I do with this information, and how am I going to respond to this, and what do I think? So we take that journey in our mind. So what we're going to do next is we're going to watch the instructional video. I hope you have headphones with you and you have your device fully charged like you should always have for class. We're going to be watching this video, so this is a hyperlink here. So you'll click on that hyperlink and it'll take you to a video about Misty Copeland. This is actually on Pearson on PowerSchool, like you can go into your textbook and find it. But because I wasn't sure if you would all be able to do that, I took this video from YouTube, so I'm hoping that you'll be able to access this video, although I won't know that until in class tomorrow you tell me, oh, we couldn't access the video. If for some reason you can't access the video, that's fine. We'll just go ahead and do the next part of today's lesson, but hopefully you can. So this is Misty Copeland right here, and she is a very famous ballerina. So you're going to watch this like 4-minute video on her life and hear a little bit about her journey to becoming a ballet star. Now, once you're done watching the video, you're going to come over here in your writer's notebook, and you're going to do this reflection response right here. And you're going to be responding to what are the challenges that most people face during their journey to adulthood. So you can kind of think about what Misty shared as far as her challenges, but also try to apply it to people in your own lives. Like, what are the challenges that they face during their journey to adulthood? What people have you been around that journeyed into that adulthood, that they were children, or books you've read, or stories, or other texts? And then discuss that with your group. Now, I'm almost running out of time with my video here, so you pause it and you do this and then come back to me. If you can't access the video, come back. You're going to go into your textbook on page 546 and you're going to read this launch text, Gone and Back Again, A Traveler's Advice. Over here it tells you a little bit about the text and what I'd like you to do with that text. annotating for unfamiliar words and places in the text that you find important or